actually gone live a minute early, so look at that. Just make sure. Have a quick look. Do bear with me whilst there we go. Yes, we are live and we're on that page. So let's just tweet out and we go post that on Facebook. So we'll just give it a few minutes because I sort of started a little bit early, so we'll just wait for a few people to come on in and we'll go from there. Lovely. Okay. A bit blurry today by the looks of things, but I'll just make sure everybody over here knows. Right here. Perfect. Right here, as I said. Let's just wait for some people. Hello, Dad. Hello, Andrew. You've got yourself an account. That's good. I think Kim's got that all sorted for you, which is very good to see. So there we go. You can actually chat now. So as I say, we're going to give it a couple of minutes, just to let people get on in, and we'll go from there. Cool. Kim's saying she's on. You can actually see that one pop in. And we'll just go from there. As I say, we'll give it a few minutes. Just wait for a few people to join. Make sure everyone's in and happy and can hear me all right. We've got a nice new microphone set up today, so do let me know your thoughts on it. And if needs be, I can adjust the volumes and so on. So if it's a bit loud or if it's peaking or anything, but let me know. So hopefully you can all hear me, you can all see me, and we can get going really, I think, in a minute. I think if we give it to like 2 minutes past, 3 minutes past, and it gives everybody a chance to get on in here. But if you're in, say hello, let us know you're here, and we can move on shortly. So as I say, let me know about the microphone if it's too loud or if it keeps peaking, because it shouldn't be, and I can sort that out there for you. Hi Paul, welcome to this week's webinar. Thank you for joining in, thank you for coming along. So we're just going to give it a couple more minutes, let people join us, and then we can get started. Okay. Okay. Right. It's a lovely day today. Right. Hopefully you can see me right as well, because the sun keeps mucking up my camera when it comes through the window, so it sometimes blurs me out a bit. But hopefully it will all be fine. Right. So just give it another minute, and then we'll get cracking. We'll get started. Okay. Right. Oh, see my mouse. Lovely. Okay. Well, I think we'll get started, shall we? Because then people can join in halfway through if they come along. Okay. So, welcome to this week's webinar, or the first webinar in May. This one, as it says on screen, is all about staying home but staying in business. I have to thank Brad for that very catchy title. It's a very nice one. So there's another COVID-19 webinar. But yeah, so we're going to talk about how you can stay at home but still stay in business, because obviously a lot of people are shut at the moment, or they can't do their work or anything like that. So we're just going to go through some tips and tricks really that we've got. So the purpose, as I've said, we're just going to go through today about how you can still sell your services, your products, or anything like that during COVID-19 when your main place of business is shut and you're stuck at home. So we've come together, we've got a few ideas what basically you can do to still sell your services and products. And also I just want to mention furloughed directors. So if you are a director on this webinar and you are furloughed, basically the stuff we're going to be talking about, you'll have to come off furlough to do, but I don't think that's a bad thing. So because you should be able to start generating some sales with this, or get yourself some sales after COVID-19, because that's another thing about what we're going to be talking about, is how you can get yourself set up to come out of this coronavirus, COVID-19, what's going on right now. So that's what basically we're going to be talking about. So today's agenda then, what we're going to go through. We're going to be talking about, there's a lot of stuff about online presence we're going to talk about today, because in nowadays age, if you're not online, a lot of the time you're not going to be noticed, which might sound quite harsh, but from my personal point of view, if I'm looking at a business, I'm going to try and buy something from them, I would always look on Facebook or online or on websites or anything like that just to see a bit more about them before I go there or before I spend my money. And 9 times out of 10, if they're not on there, I most likely won't purchase something from them. That's just me. I know a lot of people my age or younger or similar, same sort of boat. They do sort of the same thing. So I'm going to be talking about social media, how you can actually sell on social media and get yourself out there. Websites as well, same sort of thing, how you can get your online presence online, you can sell on your website. Then we're going to go through some sales scenarios and basically just to talk about some things that we've figured out how you can still sell your services basically during this lockdown, like I said earlier. Different selling ideas. Again, just a few ideas we've come up with just to help you to still sell and still make an income. And also I just want to touch on funding because if throughout this thing you're sat there thinking, I can't do any of that because of whatever reason, then we've got some tips for you on the funding at the end. Then also some questions if you do have any questions, whether it's corona related in general or for this webinar, that's entirely up to you. So we'll move straight on. We'll start off with the social media. So social media is a huge platform over lots of different things. So I've listed a few out here: Facebook Marketplace, which I'll come back to in a second, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and LinkedIn. So all of these, there is more, obviously, there's loads more, but as a business, I highly, highly recommend that you get yourself on these platforms and get your online presence out there. So basically, if you can start inviting people to see you on these platforms, they'll be able to see you're still there, you're still online, you're still actually active, and you're not just completely closed down, and you're not going to be working anymore, basically. Facebook's fantastic for that. You set yourself up a Facebook page, put all your details on there, and put weekly stuff on there, little weekly notes or messages. Just all your customers can then see that you are active, and also they can actually contact you. You can get people going on there. I'll touch more on a bit about competitions and all that. You can run competitions on Facebook, but also with Facebook you can actually sell. You can sell your services, all your products, all on Facebook, like Facebook Marketplace, for example. So they actually have their own built-in platform to sell products, basically, and you can actually also add services on there. Some people do. Get yourself on there. You can actually sell all your stuff with ease through Facebook. Really, really important to have that. But don't put all your eggs in one basket, because a lot of young people nowadays, I mean, I'm not a young person apparently anymore, but a lot of younger people, the younger generation, they don't use Facebook. I know our apprentices, when we brought them on, they said to us as well, they don't really use it much anymore. They actually use Instagram, which I'll come on to in a minute. But Twitter is another great platform. So with us internally, we use Facebook to get loads of information out to you. We've got people on there that like contact us through it, but we're getting information to you, especially with coronavirus right now. Twitter, same thing, we're sending it out there, but Twitter is brilliant because you can get a wider audience. So you can hashtags, so people can search on a certain phrase, they can find your thing. But we use also Twitter as a less formal platform, so you can see a bit more of our personality come through on it. But also the really good thing about Twitter is that's where a lot of the big companies are. So for example, QuickBooks, we use QuickBooks a lot internally. So if I want something, if I'm trying to say something about QuickBooks, all this, I will @ QuickBooks in my tweet, and most likely they'll either like it or retweet it. They've got a lot more followers than me. So then my post then that's going out to our, I don't know, 25 followers or something silly that we've got on there, then it's going out to thousands of people because QuickBooks have retweeted it for us. So that is a really, really good thing about Twitter, is you can get yourself out there quickly just by using these @ hashtags, all that kind of stuff. So definitely get yourself on there. Instagram. If you don't know what Instagram is, then Instagram basically is a photo sharing platform, I think is the simplest way of putting it. So you add images on there and you put, captions and all this kind of stuff. So you might be thinking to yourself, okay, that's brilliant. I sell services. How am I going to use Instagram to sell my services? So with Instagram, I would say it's more of an online presence bit rather than actually selling your services, but you're selling your company as a whole. So we use Instagram internally. I went through that whole process of how are we going to use Instagram as an accountancy firm. Like, accountancy is quite boring to a lot of people anyway. So how am I going to try and get younger people who are on Instagram to follow us, like our stuff, or then actually start approaching us? So there's a few different things. Take pictures in the office, share what's going on in the day. We've got Ringo that comes in the office, my sister's dog. Take pictures of the dog. Dogs, if you've got a dog, put it on Instagram. You'll get loads of likes and follows. It's absolutely fantastic. So loads of different things, but also I make up on Photoshop little images. So with little facts and so on, like the one I can remember is a HMRC best excuses. So I put up an image, it's a picture of a witch, and basically one of an excuse for somebody not submitting their tax return on time was my mother-in-law is a witch and she cursed me, which I thought was brilliant. So I made up a little image for that and put that on Instagram, and then that's just another little thing to share. So and also Instagram's got stories and all this, so it's really good platform. So go get on it, get your business on there, and get your online presence out. Because we have actually gained business through Instagram, and somebody actually sent me their accounts through Instagram for the instant messaging on Instagram, because they're not on Facebook or any of this other stuff. They use Instagram, they know how to use Instagram, so they sent all their stuff over on there, which I thought was brilliant. It's only happened once, but get yourselves out there on those platforms. YouTube, definitely also, if you can think of a way like we've now done, we've adapted to new ways of podcasts, these live streams, these webinars, get yourself on YouTube. So if there's something you can do, if you think, that might be quite a little video, record it, put a little thing together and get it on YouTube. Again, there's lots of people on YouTube. We're finding quite good stuff on YouTube. So get on there and start sharing stuff. And then lastly, LinkedIn. So LinkedIn is more of a professional social media, I think is an easy way to say, where you can either have personal ones or company ones. For some people, it won't matter to you, you don't really need it. But LinkedIn is definitely a good way to get yourself out, especially I use it, I know Andrew uses it as accountants, to get good connections with other people in your industry. I think it's all about connections, LinkedIn. And you can connect with people that you wouldn't normally connect with. It's on there, so which is really good. I've had people reach out to us on that. We have got new business through that before. We connect with clients on there, so then they can see what we're up to. I can see how they're doing in their business. But it is a much more professional side of stuff. But whereas the other ones aren't as professional. But what I'm going to sort of say today is, if you don't have yourself a Facebook business page, a Twitter, or an Instagram, go and get them sorted, get them up together and start posting. Invite your friends to like the pages, invite any of your customers, start sharing it and start building your base on there. And then basically you can connect, as I said, with your customers really easily through this platform. I was going to touch on competitions a bit later, but you can use competitions to grow your feeds on Facebook, your likes and all of this kind of stuff. So definitely get on there and get yourself out there. Look at other people in your industry who are also doing this. Look at their stuff. Think, okay, cool, that's a good idea. But also think of a way to advertise you, something different to the competition to make you stand out. So use these platforms to have your company's personality come through. I think that is definitely a really good thing about social media there. Social media, if you love it or hate it, either way, it will really help you in your business. It'll get people. As I've said, we've had new leads come through our social media. You can sell on social media. You can do all this stuff on there. So make sure you get on there and just get going on it, basically. So I just want to go say on that, but there's loads of YouTube videos and all this kind of stuff out there about how to set these up like properly and all this and get it out there. So definitely go check them out. The next one I want to talk about is a website. So websites are absolutely vital. If you don't have a website, you might have thought, I've never had time. It's the same with the social media. You might not have ever had time to sort it out. But now, when you might have a lot less work on, this is definitely something that you should look into doing. You can build websites for free. You don't have to pay to have a website. But the best thing about having a website is it gets that online presence even bigger from Google. So if you you build a website, okay, you can get all of your information about you all on that website in a nice big, easy readable format where people can easily find you and look on there. Okay, you can have contact forms so people can easily contact you we've got Meet the Team on our website, so there's that personality coming through again, so everyone can actually see who they're dealing with. We've also got videos on there, our services we list out on there. So all of this kind of stuff is really good to have on a website. So if someone's trying to find something, so someone wants an accountant in Portsmouth, they Google that, they find our website, and they can easily see, okay, cool, so this is what they do, this is what they're about, these are the people who work for them. Oh, cool, I can contact them this way. It's really easy. Everything on the website is definitely there. And also, if you're not just a services company and you sell products, an online store on your website is absolutely brilliant. So you can start to sell your stuff. So if normally you've just got a local shop and people come in and buy a few things, or you go to markets and you sell stuff on there, get yourself online and people can then start buying from you when they're sat at home. A lot of people are sat at home right now. We mentioned in our podcast the other week, people are still buying. It's not like everyone's stopped buying at the moment. People are still buying. I mentioned now I bought some silly stuff. I bought some cream eggs. I think it was like 48 of them. So definitely people are buying. So get your online stores out there. Share them again on your social media. Say, look, we've got a new store up. Get on there, check it out, buy some stuff, do some offers on there. And that's definitely a good way to do that. And moving on to the Google results. So when you build a website and you go through it, again, I'm not going to teach you how to build a website, but you put in keywords and all this kind of stuff which links with Google, and after a while all those keywords then come into results on Google. So then when people start to Google your business, or just, as I said, like accountancy Portsmouth, you'll then start to come up on those results. So that is a really good thing, because then you can actually start to compete with all the other people on there. Because normally if I want to find something, the first place I'll go to is Google, and I will search for that thing. So if you haven't got a website up on there or social media or something like that, I'm not going to find you right now, because I'm not walking down the street and seeing your shop there. So you definitely need to get that online presence going. And then you can have information on there about COVID-19, like on our website, we've got loads about that. So basically, there's just loads of stuff on there. So get yourself on there. Look at it as a way to get yourself out there, basically as a sales pitch almost. But yeah, you can keep your clients up to date, or your customers up to date, sell all that kind of stuff. There's a few different free website things that you can use. There's one called Wix. So you can build your website for free on there. Basically, then you just pay to have a domain. So for example, our domain is reeversandco.co.uk. But I think if you didn't pay for it on Wix, I think it would be like reeversandco.wix.something. And same with Squarespace, WordPress, and all those other websites. There's loads of them on there that you can build for free, and then you can pay for premium features and all this kind of stuff. But that's just a couple that I found. And looks like Ian's also put one in there. He says he can recommend Smart Little Web. It's a web host. Okay, it's a WordPress. Okay, so there's a WordPress based with content management system on top. Cool. There you go. So reasonable, £300 a year. So if it's going to cost you £300 a year, I can almost guarantee you will get some return from that, because get that online store, you can really start selling. You should have time now to do it, and definitely get on there, because people are buying. I can't say this enough. People are still buying. So get on there and sell your products and your services. Okay. So the next thing we're going to talk, I'm just going through some scenarios now. We've got some service-based scenarios and some product-based scenarios, just where you can sort of look at. So the first one we're going to look at, so selling scenarios. So we've got restaurants and pubs. So a lot of restaurants and pubs are already doing this now. They have actually looked at doing all this. So obviously you can't be opened. You can't social distance in a restaurant at the moment, or a pub. But how about the delivery services? A lot of people are doing these delivery services. You can get yourself on Just Eat, Uber Eats, Deliveroo. There's all these different ones that will take care of that for you. So get yourself on there, or offer the delivery service yourself, but advertise it on your website, advertise it on your social medias. Just say, look, we're now doing a delivery service. Give us a call on this number, or go to our website and place an order. So there's all these different things you can do, or you can send them to Just Eat or anywhere that you've actually got your delivery service set up. Another one's a takeaway service. So if you aren't doing a takeaway service, obviously there would be a few more implications you have to make sure with, like social distance and that, when people come to pick up any food or drinks from you. But look into doing that again. You can then put all over your social media. We're open. You can come away, get some takeaway with us, and all that kind of stuff. So I know at the start as well, pubs were doing takeaway beer in like milk cartons. I don't know if many of them have actually got any beer left, unfortunately. But if you've got anything else left at your pub and you think people might want, set it up. Get on there. Start telling people, look, this is what we're doing. Gift cards. So right now you're shut. So you haven't got much income coming in. So what you could start doing is selling gift cards. So you could say to people, look, you can buy this gift card from us right now to give us a bit of money. And then when you come to use this very gift card, when we reopen, you can then offer a special deal with that. So say, I don't know, you get a free dessert when you come in and use this gift card. So you've bought a £20 gift card, which you could put towards your meal as normal, but because you've helped us out whilst we're closed, we're going to give you a free dessert with that gift card when you use it. So look at that. There's a good few options there, because people, if they really like your food, they really like your restaurant, they most likely will buy these things. There was obviously a note Kim said earlier about what about the security of that gift card, if from when you buy it to when you go to use it, unfortunately that restaurant's shut. That might be something you have to look into, of maybe offer them or guarantee at least 50% of that gift card back if you do unfortunately shut. But with these gift cards and all these stuff, money then coming in, you shouldn't, hopefully you can then get that income so you don't have to shut. Another thing, competitions. You can use competitions really, really well. So with your social medias, again, so get on social media, put on here, right, like and share, like our page, like this post and share with your friends, or tag 2 people. And on this date, we will choose 2 people and you get a dinner for 2 on us. Great competition when we reopen. So when we reopen, you can win a 3-course meal or anything like that, or I don't know, £20 behind the bar at the pub. All you've got to do is like and share our page. So with that, then you've potentially got loads of people then liking and sharing your page, and then other people are then thinking, oh cool, I want in on that, and liking and sharing your page, liking and sharing, and then your online presence starts to build even more and more and more. So definitely look into doing those kind of things. They're absolutely brilliant. Competitions are absolutely fantastic, because what is the cost of a 3-course meal to you? It's not too much. I think to get that online presence and then potentially loads more customers from it, absolutely brilliant, absolutely fantastic. Can't recommend it enough. So look into competition, look at the different ways you can engage with people, and live streams. So Kim mentioned earlier on about some people doing recipes. So don't obviously give away all your trade secrets, but maybe why don't you look at doing a live stream like I'm doing now on YouTube, and share it, save it, share it everywhere, of different recipes, or of you cooking, I don't know, one of your favourite meals in the restaurant or from your menu, I don't know, the most popular meal. So if it's a pasta carbonara or something like that, then stream yourself cooking it. Say, right, this is what we do. Then it gets people engaged, gets people looking and going, oh, that's actually quite cool, I might give that a go. And then you can sort of, again, it's just engaging and building that online presence to hopefully then those people will then remember you going, oh yeah, that carbonara, that was down at that restaurant over there, maybe we should go try it out. So look at all these different ways that you can start to market yourself and sell and bring in that money. So some of those things obviously won't bring in immediate money, but it's setting you up for when you reopen. That's the other thing we need to look at. We need to look at short-term, quick bit of cash potentially come in, but it's the long term. As I've said loads of times before, don't have your blinkers on and just looking right now. Look at the future and think, right, how can we bring money in, or how can we sustain ourselves or change the way we are for the future, or make sure we're better, we come out of this stronger. So definitely look at those things. So that's one scenario. Another scenario, events company. Events companies, along with restaurants, is one of the biggest ones that have been hit, unfortunately. They can't do any events. It's pretty simple. You can't social distance at most events, unfortunately. Like festivals are being cancelled left, right and centre. All those kind of things, they're coming down. So what can you do? Because you can't put on a big event. I've spoken to this client. Now we've got a client who is an events company. They're called Believe and Achieve. I spoke to him and he's happy for me to use him as an example. And basically they're on social media. They've been sharing lots of stuff. He's been keeping in touch with people. You may have seen them. They do like the running events basically in Portsmouth. They had a few events coming up, obviously all cancelled. So what they've done is he set up virtual running events. So really simple. People have still signed up to the event. They've paid him money for this event, which he's not put. Well, he is putting it on, but there's no physical event. So they've paid him money, and basically all they've got to do, I think the challenge was something in May. You have to run so many miles in May, and then basically screenshot your things. You have to track it on like Strava or Apple or whatever it is you use, and then you send that in. And then the winner gets a prize, but every single person who signed up also gets a medal. So even though you're not participating with loads of other people, you're still getting that same medal, that other thing, and you can still win. That competition element is still there. So that is a virtual race that he has set up, basically. So look at your company and try and think, right, okay, how can I do something virtually that people will want to pay for? So we've got a couple of other ideas in a minute with virtual events, but look into your scenario and think, right, okay, how can I sell my services virtually? The other thing is competitions. Same as I said before, so they are doing competitions because you can win something. But again, put on there, right, okay, our next event potentially isn't going to be until December, say. You share like our page, you get free entry to our next event. Easy, okay. I don't know how much the events are, but say if it's 20 quid to enter this event for sharing a like, cool, I'll save 20 quid. And for the events company, they've got a load more online presence. And again, with these guys, live streams, look into what you can live stream. So you can live stream, say, because I know the director of this company is also taking part. So you could live stream him. I think he's cycling or he's running in a Stig costume, basically. So you can live stream yourself doing the run, or have someone else who you live with, social distancing and all that, who can live stream you doing it. So it's, again, different ways to get that online presence out there. So, okay, next scenario, nice and simple one, stock sales. So you actually sell items, okay? So whether that is, I don't know, books, statues, models, food, I don't know, anything along those lines, okay? You actually sell stock, which is normally sat in your shop and you can't sell it right now because your shop's shut. Okay, so this goes back to what we were talking about earlier with your website. Get a website going and get an online store on there, and then people can start to find you and they can buy from you. They can actually buy that stock that's sat in your shop on the shelves and it's gone. Perfect. You're still getting some income. Facebook Marketplace. I said this earlier on, get your stuff on there, get it on Facebook and just advertise it on there. And on Instagram, take pictures of your stock and just say, look, this is in now, what's going on with it, take some arty pictures, put a filter on. So definitely with stock sales, I think that's one of the easiest ones to keep selling at the moment because you've actually got a physical item there that somebody somewhere wants to buy. You might start finding, once you've got that online store going, someone a lot further afield than Portsmouth or wherever you are living is going to start buying it. All because they found you and they're like, oh, that's cheaper than the guy down the road for me. But done. They'll buy it from you. Also, delivery. So offer free delivery. Like around the local area to you. So say, I don't know, if you're in Portsmouth again, you could say from the PO1 postcode up to PO6 postcode, we're going to be offering free delivery on all of our items. That little bit there, that free delivery will suck so many people in, you won't know what to do with it. I am a sucker for that myself. I would rather spend a little bit more on something that's got free delivery than something that's got paid for delivery. So it's a mental thing. So offer that free delivery, obviously social distancing, and then people will buy. So again, just get it out there and say, look, for this week only, we're offering free delivery, or we're going to be offering free delivery on everything you buy on our website. You start diverting people to your website and all that. So definitely get that on there. And again, run competitions. Like and share. You can win this hat, I don't know, whatever it is you've got, or a statue. Run all that kind of stuff. Maybe look at some discounts at the moment. If you can afford to offer a discount for a week, say, look, this week here we're offering 10% discount on our whole product range, or on this product range, or just then it just sucks people in, and then they'll start to like buy from you in the future as well. Okay, so next one then. This was quite an interesting one which we come up with earlier. So another service-based person, driving instructor. So right now you obviously cannot go out in a car with someone you don't know who's sat literally right next to you and teach them how to drive. You can't do it, unfortunately. But what you can do is you can charge to have a virtual meeting with that customer, that student, and actually talk to them about their theory test, give them like actual training on that, and still keep in touch with them and just go through all the stuff you would talk about in the car on a virtual meeting. Obviously, you won't be able to charge the same amount as what you would if you're going out on a drive, but look into that and think, okay, let's set up a virtual meeting, let's go through all of this sort of stuff, and we'll talk it through, and all you've got to do is pay a certain amount, done. You've still got some income coming in. Again, gift cards. I know quite a few driving instructors do this anyway, but look at getting some gift cards out there, so then parents or anyone like that can buy gift cards from you still now, which they can use at a later date. So you could say, right, if you buy this gift card for 5 hours worth of lessons, I'll give you an hour free when we reopen. Perfect. Okay. Done. The same with bulk booking discounts. You can do the same sort of thing. So you say, right, if you buy 10 hours from me, it will only cost you 8, or something along those kind of things. But look into those different ways, because you can say, right, you've paid me now, thank you very much, I really appreciate that. So when later on down the line when we start going again, I'm going to thank you even more by just saying, here you go, there's a little discount. But here, that's how you can start to really get some money coming in now when there is none at all. So look into that. So that can work for a lot of service-based companies. So therapists, you can have virtual meetings. You can still talk to clients on a Zoom call or Google Meet call or Teams call, any of those kind of things. You can still talk to people. And it's not quite the same, but any kind of service item company you can probably still do. We're having a lot of virtual meetings with people, but we're quite lucky that we can still work. So look into how you can still work. So different ideas. I'm going to start off actually. Ian's kind of again, he's come up with good ones. So perhaps you could host a networking meeting. So post COVID-19 for all your clients to network and see how we can help each other out. I'd love to meet the event organizer. Cool. So we can look at doing something like that. So this is another thing which I will come on to more in a bit, but I just wanted to mention just to say I have seen it. But I'll come on to that one in a minute. That seems like a brilliant idea. So selling ideas. So just after we've gone through all of that, I think the main thing I'm trying to get across to you is get creative with how you start to sell your wares, let's say your items, your services, and really, really think outside the box and think, okay, what are you going to be doing? How can I help people, but get to them creatively so they can actually see what's going on? So really think about how you can do it. As I've touched on as well, virtual services, there's a lot that can actually be done virtually. Get on those calls, talk to clients, talk to customers, really get on there, get those shops set up, get those social media pages set up, get all of that going. Competitions and gift cards, again, I've touched on that quite a lot, which is really good. Run some competitions, get those gift cards going. It doesn't even have to be a physical gift card. You can do e-gift cards, you can set them up. So just look into those different options. But another thing that we want to say about as a good selling idea is actually charity work / donations. So right now there's a lot of stuff, obviously a lot of people needing help, the NHS for example. So think, how can you as a business maybe do a bit of charity work that gets you, again, your online presence out there? You can share, look, we've helped these people out, or donate some stuff to the NHS, say PPE. If you've got any of that kind of stuff, you can donate. Again, share that on your social medias. on your website, and people will remember this. So people remember, oh yeah, that's the company that helped out those guys during this pandemic. I'm going to go buy from them, or I'm going to go eat at their restaurant, or anything like this. So like food parcels. If you're a restaurant, you can set up food parcels to give to people, and all that. And people will remember. They will remember that you were the one that helped out other people. So they'll think, okay, well, I'll go and see them. I think it'd be a really good thing. Okay, so that's pretty much all the selling things that I've got coming up. So I think there's loads and loads of information that you can take in, but the best thing to take away from it is get social media for your business, get a website, and just start getting yourself out there right now, and then you can start selling to those people that now like your page. But if you're sat there and you're thinking, I can't do any of that, I just can't, there's nothing I can do for any reason whatsoever, then there is other options. There's funding options. So there is Coronavirus Business Interruption Loan Scheme. I've scrubbed that out. If you need more than 50k, then yes, go for that. But if you don't, right now, go for that Coronavirus Bounce Back Loan. I haven't spoke about this on a webinar yet, but absolutely fantastic loan, this one. It's free for the first 12 months with no interest applied, no payments to be paid back. It's over a 6-year term, up to £50,000, but capped at 25% of your annual turnover. Interest rate after the first 12 months is only at 2.5%, which is low. And also, once you apply, which is really easy, it's like 7 questions on the bank's website, you should get it within 48 hours. We had one paid out within 24 hours this week. So get on that. If you need funding, definitely go and see and check out the Coronavirus Bounce Back Loan. Okay. There's obviously also standard loans as well, but you won't get as good interest rates on them right now. Even the lenders, because I've spoken to a lot of lenders, they're telling just send your clients straight to the bounce back loan. Just go and check that out. Go sort that out. So definitely check that out if you can't do anything else. But obviously ask us, contact us. We can help you with any of these. The bounce back loan you do have to apply for yourself, but as I said, it's really, really easy to do so. And if you've got any other ideas, or if you're really stuck with how you can sell, drop us an email and say, look, this is my sector. I don't have a clue right now what I can do. We can then look at it and think, okay, what about this or that or this? Or we might just say, you are unfortunately in that sector of there is nothing you can do. And then we can help you with the funding. But definitely check us, like contact us if you need anything. So moving on to the questions answered, then if anyone's got anything, if you're sat in there. I'll just go back to that point about hosting a networking meeting post COVID-19. I think that would be really, really good. So I have thought about setting up networking meetings before. We just haven't got around to doing them, unfortunately, but it's definitely something that we would want to do. We've looked at doing it in coalition with other companies as well, like some software providers. You can come along, there'll be a couple of talks. So this is definitely something that that we will look at doing in the near future. Obviously, once this is all over. But other things we have also thought about is setting up, say, like a Facebook group, like a closed group that we can invite our clients to. They can use that. And just a few different things like that. So definitely check us out and we can help you out there. But we will be looking into sorting out a few different events once this is all over, once we can sort of go back to some normality, because there will be social distance obviously for quite a long time, I feel, after this. So events and so on might have to wait for a little bit longer, but we can definitely look into doing that. Yes, that is a good question. So yes, I did see that yesterday. So the coronavirus job retention scheme is the one you're talking about there. So they have mentioned it may then. So currently it has been extended to the end of June. So they are. I think it's still staying till the end of June, but I think after that they're saying it will be relaxed or it won't be extended, or if it does get extended, they'll drop the percentages, because when they start to ease the lockdown measures, I think that's when they want to then start trying to get companies to reopen and actually go back to work. So if you have an office, start looking at it now and think, right, how can we social distance in here? But yeah, I did read a lot about that yesterday, and yeah, so potentially it could just drop to 60%. And there was a lot of things saying, wow, people can't live on 60% of their wages potentially, so that is to try and help or encourage people to go back to work, basically. But as far as I'm aware, it is still in place until the end of June at 80%, because it was extended. So it was initially March, April, May, but it was extended for that last month, that June month. So that is what I know so far. Up to end of June, 80%, and after that, potentially either nothing or 60%, just to try and get people to go back to work, basically. So, but no, it's a good question. It's a good question. But as soon as we know any more, we will be updating our social medias, and I will send out emails. So if you don't already, make sure you go like us on Facebook, follow our Twitter, follow our Instagram, subscribe on YouTube. And then you can see when we go live, and also we're doing podcasts each week where we're talking about different things that are going on, which are going to continue after this. So definitely check us out, like all that stuff. But thank you very much for joining us, and thank you, Ian, for your input today. It's been really good. Thank you for joining. So if you've got any questions, as I said, drop us an email or anything like that, and we can go from there. But stay safe, and we will see you all soon. Cheers.